Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This one comes from Steve Calderon. Jurassic World Dominion opened with $143 million this weekend. That's only $5 million less than the opening of Fallen Kingdom, while Top Gun Maverick continues to hold strong, dropping 44% in its third weekend with $50 million.
Wow.
This week, Maverick will soon pass Doctor Strange 2 to become the highest 2022 movie domestically. Thoughts on this weekend's box office?
All right, so I'm going to put the Top Gun thing aside because I have a feeling there's going to be a story to talk about tomorrow about Top Gun. So we'll put that aside for a second with that. But I will say this. Last week, or a week and a half ago, I said, man, it's doing great. I don't know if I see it hitting $1 billion, but it's doing great. It's got a shot, but I don't know if I see it doing $1 billion. I got to take that back. I mean, it does look at this point like it will cross that $1 billion mark. Not a guarantee, but it is starting to look like it's going to do that. Let's talk about Jurassic World. All right. So Jurassic World comes out, makes $143 million opening weekend. It's a fantastic number for them, especially when you consider only $5 million short of whatever. I mean, it's weird to say pandemic era today because, I just got back from Vegas. I mean, we have certainly progressed a lot in the pandemic era, but the fact of the matter is, as the studies have shown, there are still chunks of people who have not started going back to the movie theater yet. Top Gun did a great job of bringing the over 40 demographic back, but there's still a good number of people that have not gone back yet. So that's why we still kind of will use terms like pandemic era, even in the post-pandemic recovery area. These are still numbers you have to take in consideration. Making 43 million, or 143, I should say, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No.
That's actually pretty good. Now, it should have gotten a boost with the whole thing if they did spend $100 million on marketing this thing. And the fact that you've got the OG cast back from the original Jurassic World or Jurassic Park back, and you got the new one, and they're pushing it as the end of the story, right? I was still, maybe, if you'd asked me 2 months ago, I would have thought it should have maybe gone north of 150, but still 143 bad, especially considering the reviews have not been fantastic, to which Ray Ora completely and vehemently disagrees with the reviews on this movie. He liked Jurassic World. I still haven't seen it because I was in Vegas this weekend.
Dumb, but fun. I don't know how else to describe it. I didn't hate it. I mean, I was smiling the whole time. I mean,
and you know what? You're not alone.
It was just really dumb.
Because I've been hearing from some other people over the weekend. Even when I was in Vegas, I start getting messages from people saying, hey, I went to go see Jurassic World. Well, first of all, I heard from a lot of people that hated it. But I started hearing from some people who went to go see it and said, you know what? I actually had an okay time. They were saying like what Ray was saying before. It's like, yeah, the story was kind of bad, but then a dinosaur would eat somebody. And he's like, okay, all is good in the world again. So I don't know, maybe there's enough of that. But Rob, as you're looking at this,
all of that.
as you're looking at this, how should they feel? How should Universal feel right now with 143? And what's your take on it?
Well, like you said, never underestimate the power of dinosaurs eating people.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to see. I think this is a franchise that is pretty much critic-proof for the most part, because if you think about it, what is this franchise about? It's just about dinosaurs. It's not like it's about, do we wonder whether Sam Neill's going to become a Sith Lord and be seduced by the dark side of the Force?
That would be a very interesting turn.
It could be. But that's, nobody's going to these movies. You go to these movies for one reason alone: dinosaur action. That's it. I mean, you're not going for the character development. You're looking for what are they going to do that makes a little bit different? What peril are the dinosaurs going to get into? Let's have a volcano erupt and there'll be a giant dinosaur stampede like we got in Fallen Kingdom or whatever. I'm like, that's cool. Like, I literally, if you give me one 5 or 10 minute sequence that has awesome dino action, I will walk out of a movie and be relatively, all right.
Dinos and ninjas. It's all you need to make Robert Burnett happy.
You put dinos and ninjas in a movie, like, there's something. But you know what I mean? So I think most of the audiences, plus you got families that are going to go to this movie, and I think that drives it too. This is, say what you want, dinosaurs are about families. They are, man.
I've never.
Dinosaurs are about families. They really are, because you know what? When you're a kid, you love dinosaurs. When you get older, you love dinosaurs because you loved them when they're dinosaurs. They never leave you. They're with you your whole life.
They left us in a very big way, Rob.
Well, they never leave our hearts.
They
never leave our hearts, Chris. And I think that I don't think there's a kid on planet Earth, no matter where they live, where they grew up, whatever. All kids love dinosaurs. All people love dinosaurs.
That's fair.
Chris, you heard of this number 143. Is this a number? First of all, what do you think about the number itself? And is this a number that Universal should be happy with?
I think they should be pleased, especially with how this has been reviewed by critics. Man, those numbers were abysmal. That was really, really awful. But then, as we saw, fans were coming in saying, no, this is fun. And we've got Ray Ora, the man of the people, telling us, too, it's fun and dumb. It's like dating in your 20s. It doesn't have to be meaningful, right? It just needs to be fun. And while I'm very...
dumb.
And dumb.
And dumb.
And there's a rest of that saying that I'm not going to finish. But so...
Wow, I walked into that one.
Yep. And while I'm very sad to hear that we aren't getting the Star Wars crossover that I'd hoped for, with Sam Neill figuring out how many midichlorians are in a raptor, as long as people are getting eaten, I mean, I'll still go see this. And at the end of the day, too.
Look at that frame.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
I'll never leave you. He's like,
Never leave you.
you complete me.
Oh, that's so good. What a great moment.
Yeah, that dinosaur sex scene shouldn't have been there.
That shouldn't have been in there. That was too far. The T-Rex love scene was just woof, a little much. But I mean, it seems like it's
Especially
gonna be,
with Laura Dern.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she could do whatever she wants, though. But I just remember as a kid, too, going to see just summer blockbuster popcorn movies that didn't have to be mind-blowing in terms of storytelling. And I know that's a really ridiculous way to look at movies, but sometimes you just want to have something that's fun and dumb and get you out of the heat. And you go eat some popcorn for 2 hours.
I'm going to go on a limb and say, if I had to choose to watch a movie a second time between Moonfall and Dominion, I would watch Moonfall.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
You liked Dominion, you didn't like
Because
Moonfall.
I didn't understand Moonfall. I need to watch it again.
I don't think anybody understood Moonfall.
I will say, though, I don't think it's going to have a particularly good following week. Right?
Are you kidding me? Here's the thing: is following week, what kind of legs? Like, forget everything else. Lightyear opens next weekend.
Yeah.
And Lightyear is for families. Mm-hmm. And you're about to see dinos go extinct again. It's going to have, I'm telling you, it is not going to be a pretty second weekend for Jurassic World. I think you're talking about a 70% plus drop. 70% plus drop. But we'll find out. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Jurassic World Dominion has a huge opening weekend, $143 million, pretty much on par with the last one as well. Is that a good number? How do you think it'll do on its second weekend? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. Let me take a second and tell you why my wife Ann and I love HelloFresh. As two working professionals, at the end of the day, it can be tough to get dinner together, and HelloFresh saves us loads of time, money, and most importantly, gives us great tasting and nutritious meals. And no joke, with the easy to follow along instructions, Ann and I actually have a blast cooking dinner together. And they're so foolproof, even I can do it alone when Ann's not there. And HelloFresh now has over 30 dinner recipes to choose from every single week. That is the most choices of any meal kit out there. Customize your favorite dishes with new Hello Custom offerings by swapping out one protein or side for another, upgrading for a more luxe experience, or even adding protein to a veggie meal. So guys, right now, go to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Once again, that's HelloFresh.com/Campea16. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.